In today's fast-paced, complex work environment, leadership styles play a huge role in shaping team dynamics, employee morale, and overall productivity. One style that's often talked about, especially in high-pressure or highly structured settings, is the authoritarian management style. But what is it exactly? And what impact does it really have on a team? More importantly, how can we take the effective parts of this style and balance them with approaches that foster a healthier, more engaged, and innovative work environment? Authoritarian management, at its core, is all about control. Decisions are made at the top and directives flow downward with minimal input from team members. For leaders, this style can provide clarity and consistency. There's no ambiguity in who's in charge or what's expected. In situations where precision and reliability are crucial, think of high-stakes fields like aviation or emergency response, this approach can ensure that everyone is on the same page and focused on a clear, well-defined path. But while this structure can streamline processes, it often comes at a cost. Imagine working in an environment where your role is just to execute orders without question or input. It can feel stifling. For many people, the lack of autonomy limits their ability to think creatively or to contribute unique insights. Over time, team members may start to feel undervalued or even disengaged as their ideas are rarely heard or considered. This kind of one-way communication flow can create a work culture where dependence on the leader is high. People become used to waiting for instructions rather than taking initiative. They're focused on doing exactly what's required. No more, no less, because that's what's expected in an authoritarian environment. But the downside of this is that team members can start to fear making mistakes or suggesting new ideas, which makes innovation almost impossible. Take Sarah, for example. She joined her company with a lot of enthusiasm and ideas for improving processes. But in her department, the authoritarian style was dominant. Her manager handed down tasks with clear, rigid instructions, leaving little room for creative problem solving. Over time, Sarah learned to simply follow orders rather than propose new solutions, and eventually, her initial excitement for the role faded. She felt like she was just a cog in the machine rather than an integral part of the team with something unique to offer. Her morale dropped, and she started considering other job opportunities where her input would be valued. Now, not every team will experience this so drastically, but Sarah's story is a common one. And it highlights why a balanced leadership approach can be so powerful. By blending the structure and clarity of authoritarian management with more inclusive, participatory strategies, leaders can create an environment that is both efficient and engaging. So, how can leaders strike this balance? Here are a few key strategies that can make a world of difference. First, foster open communication. Create spaces where team members feel safe sharing their thoughts and ideas. This doesn't mean that every suggestion has to be implemented, but simply knowing their input is valued can boost morale and engagement. Second, empower your team by delegating responsibilities in a way that allows them to take ownership. When people feel they have control over certain aspects of their work, they're more invested in the outcome. This doesn't mean handing over all decisions, but it does mean trusting your team to make smaller, day-to-day choices that contribute to larger goals. Third, establish a culture of feedback that goes both ways. Just as leaders should provide constructive feedback to help their teams grow, they should also be open to receiving feedback themselves. This shows that everyone's perspective matters and helps create a growth-oriented environment where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities rather than failures. And finally, celebrate and recognize contributions. This can be as simple as acknowledging someone's hard work in a team meeting or as substantial as providing bonuses or promotions. Recognition fosters a sense of belonging and appreciation, which naturally boosts motivation and loyalty. By integrating these principles, leaders can navigate the complexities of leadership styles, creating a more balanced, human-centered approach. This doesn't mean abandoning all aspects of authoritarian management. In fact, there will always be times when quick, decisive action from the top is necessary. But when balanced with open communication, empowerment, and trust, leaders can build a workplace culture that is not only efficient, but also creative, inclusive, and adaptable. Thank you for watching, and remember, leadership isn't about control. It's about inspiring others to bring their best selves to the table.